Alright, today we're going to be making some Kung Pao chicken. Let's get right into it. So first things first, you're going to need yourself some boneless, skinless chicken thighs, and you're going to cut those into nice, small, bite-sized pieces. Our total is going to be about 2.5 cups worth.
Everybody was
Alright, next you're going to need 1 large egg, and you're going to take the white from it. You're not going to get any of the yolk in it. You're just going to separate the white, and you're going to put that right in the chicken. This is going to help tenderize the chicken, and then right away we're going to add about 1 tablespoon of cornstarch. And this is called velveting the chicken. So this is going to help give it a nice mouthfeel and a nice sheen when you go to cook it. So mix it up really good, and when you think it's mixed well enough, just mix it a little bit more. Things were getting a little too cramped in that smaller bowl, so we'll just toss it right in a big one. Now take a look at it, so you see how that's looking as we're mixing it. We're going to add our cornstarch now, and just so you know, I'm washing my hands at every step, especially when I'm handling the chicken, but at every step before I go to handle anything and when I go to grab a new dish or anything. So just make sure you're always practicing really good, safe food hygiene. Okay, so now that's how it should look for you. Once it looks like this, you're all done. So just set that off to the side, and we'll move on to the next step. All right, now we're grabbing 2 large carrots, and we're going to grab 2 large sticks of celery. So just chop those up nice. This is going to equal about 2 cups worth of vegetables. Make sure they're cut into nice bite-sized pieces, because there's nothing worse than biting into an enormous chunk of vegetable. It kind of ruins the whole motif of what we're trying to do here. You want everything about the same size, and you want it to all be cooked to the proper amount. So if you have some that are way too big and some that are way too small, your texture is going to be way off. All right, so here's a very important part of this. You do not want to keep any of the broccoli florets. You want to just use the stalk. So cut off the nasty bits, cut off the tough outer skin, and just save all that delicious heart, because that's going to get boiled too, and it's going to add more flavor and health to this awesome meal. Alright, so here's our pot of salted water. This salt's going to help it retain its color, and that's very important in this meal. It's going to make everything pop, and it's going to help keep some of that nutrition. So it's all boiling, and now it's all cooked. It doesn't stay in there very long. It only stayed about 3 or 4 minutes. You want it just soft, basically al dente, and it'll cook a bit more as we go on in the recipe. Alright, next grab your green onions, and you're going to cut off the top parts, and you're going to keep these nice bottoms. You're going to cut these in half lengthways, and then you're going to cut them in half widthways after that. These are going to be exposed to heavy heat near the beginning of frying, and so you want those cut properly. All right, next you're going to grab about 5 or 6 cloves of garlic. You could even use 7 cloves and cut them very thin. We're going to use these at the end. So once you have those all chopped up properly, put them on the plate with your green onions. There's a bit of a method to the madness here. We're putting them in different plates, and it's for the different stages of cooking. So this is going to make it easier for you when you go later to cook, and you'll see why. All right, now grab about 1.5 inches or 1 inch of ginger. Just cut off all the nasty bits, and you're just going to basically mince this up. All right, now we've grabbed our Thai chilies. I've got about 6 of them. You want to just make this so that it's nice for your palate. So cut them in half lengthways, and then scoop out the seeds. If you like it very hot, like George Costanza likes his Kung Pao chicken, then go ahead and leave in all those seeds. Maybe add a few more, but I'm just going to keep mine at a nice spice. All right, now I'm using a huge non-stick. It's a ceramic cast iron coated pan, so it doesn't have any of that nasty Teflon. It's just ceramic, and you don't have to be a slave to big wok this way. So some people argue you have to have a wok, but we're going to use this, and you're going to see it's going to work just as well. So when it's nice and hot, you go ahead and add those Thai chilies in there first, and make sure you follow these steps. The order we're doing it in is very important. It has to be done this way because you don't want these to burn. These have a very low moisture content, so these are going to go in first and heat up infuse the oil with all that nice flavor. We're using peanut oil. Make sure you use peanut oil. Next is going to go in your ground Sichuan peppercorns. You have to have these, and they have to be ground up nice and fine. So you're going to heat those and toast those. Both of these have been cooking for about 10 seconds each. They're going to start to smell very fragrant. You're going to know, then you have to add your chicken now. And this is going to happen very fast. We're cooking this all on the highest temperature, so it's at number 9. So this should take about 30 seconds, and then you can go ahead and try to flip the chicken. If it won't flip, then just wait a little bit longer. You don't want to flip it too early, otherwise you're going to leave a lot of skin left over. All right, we had to add a little bit more peanut oil, and you can see it's got all those nice little crispy bits, and it's flipping over, and there's a little bit stuck to the bottom of the pan, but that's okay. We're gonna remove the chicken when it's 95% cooked. We're gonna put it in this plastic container you see in the video. We're just gonna separate it, and then we're gonna deglaze the bottom of the pan. And yes, I did say you're removing it when it's 95% cooked. We're gonna end up adding it back later, so you just want to remove it so you don't overcook it.
Everybody was kung fu fighting. Those kids were fast as lightning.
And when you're doing this, it feels like it's happening really fast. So like I say, that's why you want to have everything set up. Okay, so now you're adding a 1/4 cup of Shaoxing wine. You're going to deglaze the bottom of this pan. You can see once it's all cooked off, that's when you want to add your ginger. So you won't be smelling the wine anymore, and you'll be turning thick. There won't be tons of liquid. All right, so now it's time to add a little bit of ginger powder. So we're actually going to use like a 1/4 teaspoon of ginger powder as well as our minced up ginger, because it just adds so much more deep flavor, and I found it's the best this way. You just add it right in the pan. Let it cook for about 20 seconds. Then you're going to add your soy sauce. So you're going to add about maybe 3 tablespoons worth of soy sauce. You're going to let that all caramelize. And that's, like I said, going to cook for about 20 seconds. Now you're going to add your green onions. All right, so let those cook and soften, and then the chicken can go right back in there. All right, so again, this is going to cook for about 30 seconds, 40 seconds. All right, so now you can add in the vegetables. Let those cook for about 30 seconds. Next, add in your sliced garlic and then your green onion tops, and let those all cook and soften up. Once your green onion tops are softening, then you can add in the hoisin. You can turn it all the way down to about 5 or 6. So this is going to be about another 30 seconds or so cooking. All right, so we're adding about 3 tablespoons of hoisin. Make sure it's turned down to about 5 or 6. So you just mix that up. Don't let it burn. The hoisin has sugar in it. So just keep stirring constantly. And when you're ready, you can add in the peanuts and then a little bit of sugar. All right, so you're basically just letting all the textures get perfect now. That's the whole point of this lower temperature cooking. Just don't let anything burn. Let it all come together. And you're gonna have the most amazing Kung Pao chicken of your life in a few moments here. All right, so let's take a look at it. And zoom right in. Okay, you can see the chicken's 100% cooked. We got some nice flavors, some sauce going on, good bubbling, good smells. We're almost done here. All right, so there we go. Temperature's all the way down now. We're grabbing that little bit of sugar, so that's about a teaspoon of sugar, just white granulated sugar, and then you're gonna add your peanuts, and you add lots of peanuts. I use about a 1/4 cup. You want lots, and you want a nice, good texture. So you want sort of big. You can crush them up a bit. You don't want really fine powder. You want varying kind of bite-sized pieces. You don't want whole nuts. You do want them crushed. Okay, and yeah, just don't skimp on them. You can, if you need to add a little bit more peanuts at the end, yeah, absolutely do that because you should taste it. All right, here we go. Everything's done now. I'm just cooking a little bit longer, letting those peanuts just soften the tiniest bits. There it is. All right, let's taste this. Let's taste this. Here we go. Oh man, am I ever hungry? Oh my god. All right. Oh my god, it's really good. Holy cow. You're gonna love this. All right, thanks so much. I hope you enjoyed the video. Happy cooking.